Greetings, I'm hoping that you can hear me well. Starting off with today, we're going to be looking at how we finish these projects. So really what we are after you coming into college and doing is to review the work you've produced as in one-to-ones of the 2-hour sessions that you have initially at the start of the week, so that myself, Sally, can have a look at what you've produced, what it is that you're intending to create, and what your next steps are towards your final outcome. We'd also like you to be producing a PowerPoint with some evaluative information on. It needs to be in order, it needs to be sequential. We're also going to look at some areas of the assessment objectives and which ones you need to focus upon, which ones that you need to discuss and use to evaluate your practical work, your ideas and your sketchbooks. I'm going to show you very quickly. You're going to be familiar with it because it's going to be something that we've used in feedback and feedback prompts that we've used previously when you've done self-evaluation. And then as you move into the second year, all of you are going to need to be exploring and using the assessment objectives. So, for example, things like recording and taking your own photographs, having your own source material. So we're going to give you a sheet to assess that progress, so that you can explore how your work is fitting into the assessment objectives. Essays I'm happy to talk about and discuss. Obviously, I need a bit of notice before the final deadline on the 25th. All of this work, your sketchbooks in a PowerPoint, in order, in sequence, with out-of-book work photographed, and your essays need to be uploaded onto Teams, so that myself and Sally can see everything in one place and assess it and feedback. Okay. I will send you these 2 documents so that you're able to use these and develop. So first of all, this is the area, this is what the document looks like with the feedback prompts. So key areas to develop, artist research. You don't have to use each of these, but what we would like you to do is where you can see areas of strength, areas of development that you need to work upon, and pick these out, say what it is that is a plus point or a negative, and include that as a page on your PowerPoint. Okay, pages. We'll also use that as part of your feedback. Okay, so this is what the PowerPoint should look like. You photograph the work that you've done. This is Louis' really good example here. So you can see how he's used images. You can see how he's annotated around some of his drawings. You can see how he's developed and progressed sort of throughout. So I'll also send you all of one of these as well. If you could please use this to help you self-assess what it is that you've done, and link it to that sheet that I've sent you in terms of the assessment objectives. So develop, experiment, record, and present. So develop, linking to artists, things like that. Experiment or explore in how you use different materials and refine. Record in either notes, images, or if it's drawings that you've created, and then present is how everything all comes together and obviously where you end up. Use this, you can use this in your PowerPoint. So next steps, really, you should have started some sort of outcome to the projects that we began before the lockdown, bringing all this together, basically finishing off your project so that you have some sense of closure, you have an end point to this project. And you'll see here an example of Rodri's work from a couple of years ago, something that reflects your best work, brings it all together. We're going to move on next to a summer project. So the summer project that we want you to do is basically you starting off what you intend to look at and explore as a second year student. Really, as from the 25th of June, you're no longer a first year, you're a second year, and you are starting what comes next. And then we can start to see, sort of look at ideas, inspiration, artists, techniques, and things that you really want to explore. So that's what it is we want to cover, and I'll talk to you in a separate presentation as well about some reminders of what your essay also needs to cover and what it needs to include.